Now, good morning, students. I hope you are all doing well. Good morning once again. You have also met again to discuss prime numbers. Okay, so this morning, what you are going to do is to find those numbers that are prime here. So, when you talk about the prime numbers, once you know the factors of a given numbers, the factors are the numbers that can divide a given number exactly. So our previous lesson, we were able to know that the factors are the numbers that can divide a given numbers equally, or the numbers when you multiply you get a given numbers. So once you know the factors to be those numbers that can divide a given numbers, definitely it will help you to identify those numbers that are what? Prime numbers. Because when we talk about the prime numbers, we are referring to the numbers with only two factors. The numbers with only two factors normally is 1 and is 0. So once you know the factors of numbers, you should be able to identify the numbers that are prime. Simply put, when you find any factor of, or you find the factors of any number, and it happens to be that their factors are only two, definitely is what is a prime number. And when the number it has more than two factors, that number we call it composite numbers. Okay, so we are emphasizing on what the prime numbers this morning. And when you talk about the prime numbers, they are the numbers with only two factors. Number bi wɔ finding factors a bones ɔmo dɔɔso bebree. Ebi te sɛ factors of 12, wobɛnya 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. But number bi te sɛ 2, wo finding factors of 2 are only 1 and 2. So there's a difference here. Some of the factors happen to be 1 and 2, and the prime factor here, or the prime numbers that we are talking about, simply talk about the numbers with only two factors. So for examples of prime numbers include all those numbers with two factors. Any number be with two factors. You can also do your own research about the numbers that possess only two factors. But the simple one that I have for you, the first prime number is 2, because 1 is not a prime number. 1, it has only one factor. 1 can never be a composite number. Composite numbers are numbers with more than two factors, while prime numbers are numbers with only two factors. Normally, the kwan a wɔbɛfa so abɛhu sɛ ɛyɛ na ɛyɛ 1 and it's bohu sɛ 1 and then saa number na ɛyɛ ne factors. Nti ne number bi te sɛ 2. 2. When you talk about the factors of 2, you are referring to those numbers that can divide 2 equally. And only 1 and 2 can divide 2 equal. I said that there's no way you can get a number to divide 2 equally. When you talk about the factors of 3, you are referring to the numbers that can divide 3 equally, or numbers when you multiply you can get 3. Only 1 times 3 or 3 times 3 can give you 3. Aside that, there's no way you can get any number multiplying to get 3 aside 1 and 3 and 3 and 1. And when you have 1 and 3 and 3 and 1, when you are arranging, since the numbers appear twice, you choose only 1. That is why the factors of 3, we have only 1 and 3. Talking about the factors of 5. When you talk about the factors of 5, you are referring to the numbers that can divide 5 equally. And these numbers include the 1 and 5. Aside that, there's no way you can get a number that can divide 5 equally. 1 can divide 5 into 5. 5 can divide itself 5 into 1. Okay, so these are the possible answers that will help you to identify that this number here is a prime number. When you talk about the factors of 7, we are referring to the numbers that can divide 7 equally. And when you say 7, 7 or the numbers when you multiply, you can get what? 7. This is only 1 times 7 can give you 7, or 7 times 1 can also give you 7. Even when you use the multiplication approach, the numbers when you multiply, you get 2. Only 1 times 2 or 2 times 1 can give you 2. Aside that, there's no way you can multiply any other number to get 2. When you talk about 3 multiplication operator, only 1 times 3 or 3 times 1. So now these are the numbers or the factors that will help you to identify that this particular number is a prime number. Only factors can identify a number, whether it's a prime number or a composite number. So all those numbers with more than 2 factors, say what 5, say what 6, they are called composite numbers. But only one per NN one year prime number, or no so when the composite number, because factors of 1, 1 times 1, only one can with me divided 1. Aside that, there's no any other number. Okay, so these are the prime numbers that you have to identify, or the process that you need to know before you can identify a number is a prime number. Ultimately, 50% number they are a prime number without proving that the factors of that particular number, they possess only the 2 factors, and it's normally 1 and it's okay. Good. Now, how to get a prime number from a counting numbers by using a returns sieve. Because you see where there's one mathematician called returns. One so tenacity and also says, okay, well, another processor meet me all the prime numbers from any counting numbers. So you can list, if somebody asks you to list a prime number less than 20, so you list a counting number 1 to 20. If they ask you prime number less than 30, you list a counting number up to 30. A prime number less than 30, you list a counting number up to 30. Then if you want to find a prime number from these counting numbers, these are the procedures. They are the precedent that have been set for you to follow. Okay, so these are the procedure or the precedent set for you to follow in order to ascertain or in order to get all your prime numbers. So erroneousness or also per se any number or any levels or any size of the prime number that you'll be expecting based on you or based on the question asked of it. So the question may ask you, let's find the prime number is less than 20. It means here the prime number is estimate 20. If we want to 20, prime number is a shekel. You can say prime number is less than 30. Yes, saying say you want the prime numbers if we want to 30, prime number is a shekel. Okay. You can say prime number is less than 100. If you want 200, prime number is a shekel. If you want equal 100, any numbers are your prime numbers. So that is the meaning of the ranges. Okay. So it based on you, but it follow the same what precedence here. So I say Udi can let's say or counting numbers in you are. Then these are the steps to get all prime numbers from a given counting number. So you can be given as 30 prime numbers less than 30. So it means you list 1 to 30. Then you start doing the calculations. If your prime number, the teacher is expecting the prime numbers less than 40, it means you are going to list 1 to 40. Then you start doing the calculation. If the question asks you a prime number is less than 60, it means from 1 to 60, prime number is a show term home. And not a So I can even ask you prime number is less than 10. So it's simple as listing 1 to 10. Then you what? You derive those prime numbers within these 1 to 10. Okay. Then for erroneousness, also so na approach or use or the method that also use within your prime numbers are if any counting numbers imposed by any facilitator. So I say the first thing is that after listening the counting numbers up to maybe we are cancel or you want the prime numbers less than 20. Good. Standard prime numbers less than 20 or prime numbers less than 40. Because I'll be using a prime number is less than 40 as in a preamble here. So let me assume that you want all prime numbers less than 40. To obey can let's say 1 to 40. So the steps here, you need to follow the steps very well because it says you cancel 1. Because when you are dealing with the counting number, you know counting numbers start with 1. Okay, so you cancel 1. The didn't cancel 1. Was it because 1 is not a prime number or a composite number? Are you okay? 1 is not a prime number or composite number. Remember, I said a prime number is a number with only two factors. Composite numbers are numbers with more than two factors. But one, the focus of many factors of one is only one. So on your prime number, also on your composite number. So the best thing you have to do is that you cancel. Also cancel one and then two. Circle the next number that is not cancelled, and that is two. Okay? Because if you want or cancel one, the next number obvious. Unless only 1, 2, 3. Okay? And I hope so you all know how to write the 1, 2, 3. So the moment you cancel one, the next immediate number will be two. Okay? So you circle. What's it? Circle the next number. Circle the next number. Okay? The next number that is not cancelled, and that is two. The next number is two, it's not cancelled, so you circle. Then when you circle the next number and that is two, then you can cancel all the multiples of two. Then you cancel all the multiples of what? Two. Are you okay? So after circle the two, then numbers now are listening. Multiples of two will be a no free. Then the next step, circle the next number that is not cancelled. So one, you cancel one, you circle the next number that is not cancelled, and that is two. Then you cancel all the multiples of two. So after cancel all the multiples of two, then you circle the next number, and I hope the next number is 3 because 3 can never be a multiple of 2 to be cancelled. So boom said 3 and then you circle that number. That is the 3. Then you circle what? After circle the 3, you cancel all the multiples of 3. Are you okay? Say after circle the next number happen to be 3 now. Then you cancel all the multiples of what? 3. Good. Then you circle the next number that is not cancelled. So after cancel all the multiples of 3, then what's up, baby? Then you circle the next number that is not cancelled. Are you okay? So you circle the next number that is not cancelled, but the next number of 3 will be 4, but 4 has been cancelled due to the multiples of 2. That is why you have cancelled the 4. Okay? So 4 can never be the next to 3 at this time. Or say cancel all multiples of 2. If any are 4 multiples of 2 to any what cancel that. Into bahana or circle the next number na be 3 no. Or cancel multiples of 3. Okay? And I will cancel number will be able to draw a cancel no insan cancel because it has been cancelled. Then you cancel the next number okay and multiples of 3 and cancel. Then you circle after 3 no. After cancel all the multiples of 3, and then what's number back? Then you circle the next number. When you set 3, so if you have 4, but 4 has been cancelled due to the multiples of what 2. Then you move on to the next number and cancel and one circle. That is why it says circle the next number that is not cancelled. So the next number that is not cancelled is 5. Okay. Then you circle after circle the next number that is not cancelled, which is 5, then you cancel all the multiples of 5. Okay, then you repeat the process till you finish. Until you repeat it the way and say you circle the next number that is not cancelled, then you cancel all the multiples of the number that you have circled, then you circle the next number that is not cancelled, and then you cancel all the multiples of the number that you have what circled. Okay. Now the prime numbers are the number that you have circled. Okay? Wobɛwie ne nyinaa bɛwie no. Na number no a wotwerɛtwerɛ ho, wo circle yɛ no, ɛno ne yɛfrɛ no prime numbers. And so check those numbers or what circle the factors are only 2. Okay? That is one of the approach that we can use to find the prime numbers. Okay? That is a retatinous field. The sun here or the sun prime numbers free a given numbers. One, you cancel one because one is not a prime number or a composite number. Then you circle the next number that is not cancelled. And from the one, the next number or the immediate number will be 2. After circle 2, you cancel all the multiples of 2. Okay? Then after cancel all the multiples of 2, you circle the next number that is not cancelled. So the next number that is not cancelled, 3 can never be a multiple of 2. So you 3 or the next number. So you circle the 3. Then you cancel all the multiples of 3. After cancel all the multiples of 3, then you circle the next number that is not cancelled. And that will be 5. Okay? Because 4 is a multiple of 2 and it has been cancelled. So you will get to know that. Then you circle 5. You cancel all the multiples of 5. Then you circle the next number that is not cancelled. And I think that will be 7. You cancel all the multiples of 7. Then you circle the next number that will not cancel. And then over years, you repeat the process till you finish. When we need now the prime numbers are the numbers that you have circled. Okay, let's go and do practical example here. Now the question that I have here says what? A returning sleeve. These are the method or sonny or this one or your number is here no the cushion ye more so some number be or circle only the prime numbers. Or say the one that we just read, or say we should cancel one. Okay, I'm cancel one here. I have cancel my one. So I say when you cancel one, the reason is that so now numbers in here, then I will can start to cancel one. So because one is not a prime number, one is not a composite number. By looking at the definitions of prime numbers are the numbers with only 2 factors. But the number 1 here, the factors of 1 is only 1. Okay, prime number is not, it's not even stated that whether it has only 1 factor. It's only stated say it has only 2 factors. But because 1 here is not qualified to be a prime number, you cancel. Again, 1 is not a composite number because composite numbers are numbers with more than 2 factors. So we have circled or you have cancelled 1 rather here. So you cancel 1 from the list. So the moment you cancel 1, also circle the next number that is not cancelled. So the 2 happen to be our next number. So I have circled. Okay. Also, circle number say Kima. Then the next approach is that number now was second. No cancel the multiples. What numbers in. So you are going to cancel all the multiples of 2 because number way 2. So you are going to cancel all the multiples of 2. 3 is not a multiples of 2, so you will not cancel. But 4 is a multiples of 2. I have cancelled. 6 I have cancelled. 8 I have cancelled. 10 I will cancel here and I have cancelled. 12 I have cancelled this one. Cancel. You cancel 16. 2 is a multiple of 2. 18 is a multiple of 2. 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. So the you see 40, it means make a prime number say less than 40. Okay. Make a prime number say less than 40. Into my see 40. So open the less than 30. I know it's one number 1 to 30. Open the less than 50. One number to 1 to 50. Okay. We bring your prime number say okay. So now we have cancelled all the multiples of 2. Or say, cancel the multiples of the number that you have circled. Then you circle the next number that is not cancelled. So from the 2, the next number that is not cancelled, obviously is 3 here, and 3 is not cancelled. So I'll circle the 3. Okay. So the moment you circle 3 here, or say cancel all the multiples of 3. For they are cancelled at the unique problem. So 5 is not a multiple of 3, then you move on. 9 is a multiple of 3, you cancel. Then 11 is not a multiple, 15 is a multiple of 3, then you cancel. 21 is a multiple of 3, you cancel. Then number 27 too is a multiple of 3, you cancel. 31 can never be. 33 or you cancel. Okay. Then number 39. Oh, also you cancel. Okay. Now we have cancelled all the multiples of 3. Where we know. Then you circle the next number that is not cancelled. Yeah. The next number that is not cancelled. Here is the next number, but it has been cancelled. So any no near kind of was circle the next number that is not cancelled. So the next number that is not cancelled is obviously 5. So you circle. Then the moment or immediately you circle 5, or you circle the next number that is not cancelled and it happened to be 5 here, you cancel all the multiples of 5. But 10 is a multiple of 5, but it has been cancelled. Don't waste time to cancel again. Okay, no trim. Now we have multiples of 5 for you. But bones 25 shaha. 25 2 is a multiple of 5, then you cancel. Okay, no about 35 for shaha. Then you cancel. No about 40 there, cancel that. Okay, then you have done with the multiples of 5. Then you circle the next number that is not cancelled. So from 5, the next number is 6, but here it has been cancelled. So this one, was a circle the next number that is not cancelled, and that is 7 here. Okay. So when you have your 7 here, then you cancel all the multiples of 7. 14 is a multiples of 7, but you cancel that. Cancel. Then you move on. So now we have multiples of 7. 21 they are cancelled that and you na bega guys so they will need multiples of 7. Okay. Now cost into 37 your multiples of 7 sister. Okay. Then let's assume that we have cancelled all. Okay. We have cancelled all the multiples of what? 7. Then you circle the next number that is not cancelled. The next number that is not cancelled here. From 8 is the next number, but it has been cancelled. 9, it has been cancelled. 10, it has been cancelled. So the next number that is not cancelled is 11. Then you cancel all the multiples of what? 11. All the multiples of 11, then 22 have been cancelled. Then you move on. Okay. Now looking at this one here, you circle the let's assume that we have what? Cancel the multiples of 11. And here then you circle the next number that is not cancelled. So no, from the 11 is the 12 is the next number, but 12 here it has been cancelled. So that is not the one that we are talking about. Yes, circle the next number that is not cancelled. So here 13. Let me use different color here. 13 13 is the next number that has not been cancelled. And then you cancel all the multiples of 13. You cancel all the multiples of 13. I will show you more. Oh, yeah, canceling now. So here, when you're done, then you circle. So we'll be repeating process now. So the next number that has not been cancelled is 17. So let me use different color here. 17. Then you cancel the multiples of 17. You should know you cancel the next number that is not cancelled is 19. Then you cancel all the multiples of 19. Or you should know cancel the next number that is not cancelled is 23. Then you cancel all the multiples of 23. The next number that is not cancelled is what? 29. Then you cancel all the multiples of 29. Then the next number that is not cancelled is 31. Then you cancel all the multiples of 31. Okay, yeah, I can cancel it. Then the next number that is not cancelled is what? 37. Then you cancel all the multiples of 37. So per this one, number nine circle is money from prime numbers. So these numbers are the prime numbers less than 40. So I can list my prime numbers here. Therefore, the prime numbers here numbers include include now we have 2, 3. Let me bring my comma. 2, comma 3, comma 5, 7, 11, 13, from 13, 17, the number that you have circled that I'm listing them, okay? And then 13, 17, 19, come on now. Then 23, let me speed this one well, okay? 23, then 29, then 31, then 37, okay? So now these are the prime numbers. These are the prime numbers less than 4. Okay, this is how to derive or get prime numbers from counting numbers 1 to 40. So these are the prime numbers less than 40. Okay, so we have the 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. So the first prime number is what? 2. The second one is 3. The third 4, 4, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31, 37. So these are the stated prime numbers that you have to know, okay? And you know the procedure to get the prime numbers. And pass these numbers here, the factors are only 2, okay? The number that can divide 2 here is only 1 and 2. Numbers that can divide 3 here is 1 and 3. Numbers that can divide 5 here is 1 and 5. Especially 7 is 1 and 7. Or numbers when you multiply, you get 11 is 1 and 11. Aside 1 and 11, 11 times 1, you cannot get any number. 13, 2 is 1 and 13. 17, 1 and 17. 19, 1 and 19. 23, 1 and 23. Okay? So these are the prime numbers in that order. Now, let's see this question here. Example, explain why 7 is a prime number. When they impose question on you, explain why 7 is a prime number. The first thing is that you must know the prime number DNA because we is a 7 is a prime number now saying. So the winning is a prime number is a number with only 2 factors and normally it's 1 and itself. So you first take the prime number, the definition for prime number. Because once we only use factors to determine a prime number, then after stating the definition for a prime number, then you stated the factors of the 7 that in question that we are talking about here. So now prime number is a number with only 2 factors and normally it's 1 and itself. So you state the factors of 7 to check whether 7 possess the number of factors that the prime number is demanding. So the factors of 7 is 1 and 7 because it's 1 and 7 and the definition says what a prime number is a number with only 2 factors. So 1 and 7 there are only 2 factors. And I will say normally I 1 and itself. Now you say 1 and 7 1 and itself 7 is also there. Okay, the number itself 7 in the sound way. So 1 and 7. Then 7 is a prime number because it has only 2 factors. Simple as that. I feel now into when we will be and say what finding the factors of 7. What we say 2 factors. So there's no doubt I will be getting my guys. No, 7 is not a prime number because what the actually say the factors of 7 is 1 and 7. And one may who say prime number so here only a number with 2 factors. Normally it's 1 and itself. So therefore 7 is a prime number because it has only two factors. 2. Was explain why 9 is not a prime number. Okay, that number one whoever says a prime number, but any prime number. Be careful with that. Only factors can only determine whether a number is a prime. For any can't a number with is a prime number. Okay, so number bit is a 9, 21 is uncle from one whoever says they are all prime numbers, but the factors will tell you that they are not a prime numbers. So let's see this one here. You first state the meaning of a prime number because that one a benchmark and then a big guide will say number now will be stating in line with what you are stated based on the definition of a prime number. The definition of a prime number states what? It's a number with only two factors and normally is one in itself. So let's prove ourselves here. You said 9 is not a prime number. Again, say one list the factors of 9. So that is the factors of 9. You have 1, 3, and 9. Then 9 is not a prime number because it has more than two factors. Because 1, 3, and 9. Okay, okay? 1, 3, and 9. But the prime number say it has only two factors. And I know one two factors. A 1 and a number nankasa. But here, though your one wɔ ha ɛna yɛwɔ number nankasa yɛsan wɔ 3 san ka 9 no ho. Okay, so 9 can never ever be a prime number. Are you okay? This is the understanding of the concept. So when the question is imposed on you, make sure that you have really understood before you start solving. Now let's see the other one here. Homework. Use a return sieve to derive a prime numbers less than 20. Like the one that we derive. So here in the prime numbers less than 20. It means that all prime numbers from 1 to 20. Okay? Well, let's do 1 to 20. Prime numbers are almost they pay almost P. Okay? And I hope you know a returning C. Also, you cancel 1 after listening 1 to 20. You cancel 1, then because the reason why we have cancelled 1 is that 1 is not a prime number or a composite number. So once you have first cancelled 1, then you circle the next number that is not cancelled. And obviously, when you cancel 1, the next number happen to be what? 2. So immediately you circle 2, then you cancel all the multiples of 2. After cancel all the multiples of 2, then you circle the next number that is not cancelled. That is not cancelled. And 3, I think 3 is the next number that is not cancelled because 2, when you cancel the multiples of 2, 3 can never be a multiples of 2, so you will not cancel 3. Okay, so you circle 3, then you cancel all the multiples of 3, then you circle the next number that is not cancelled, then you cancel all the multiples of that number, then you repeat the process. So when you repeat the process until you get all numbers cancel and circle. Okay, because some numbers will be cancelled, others will be circle. To every those numbers that you have circled, they are the prime numbers. Okay, good. Then have a nice day. Like this one that I have it here. You cancel 1, you circle the next number that is 2. You cancel all the multiples of 2. You circle the next number that is 3. You cancel all the multiples of 3. You circle the next number that is not cancelled, and that is 5. Then you cancel all the multiples of 5. You circle the next number that is not cancelled, that is 7. You cancel all the multiples of 7. You circle the next number that is not cancelled, and then you cancel all the multiples of 11. And then you circle the next number that is not cancelled, that is 13. You cancel all the multiples of 13. You circle the next number that is not cancelled, and that's 17. You cancel all the multiples of 17. You circle the next number that is not cancelled, and that is 19. You cancel all the multiples of 19. You circle the next number that is not cancelled, that's 23. You cancel all the multiples of 23. You circle the next number that is not cancelled, that is 29. You cancel all the multiple of 19, 29. Okay. Then you circle the next number that is not cancelled, that is 31. You cancel all the multiple of 31. Then you circle the next number that is not cancelled. And then you cancel all the multiples of what? 37. Good. Have a nice day. You can write the notes. Okay. Remember, prime numbers are numbers with only two factors. Normally, one is composite numbers are numbers with more than two factors. Examples of prime numbers are copied. With the knowledge of the factors, you should be able to identify that these numbers are prime numbers, these numbers are that. So let me quickly move on to the homework so that you write it well. Okay. Have a nice day. My regards to your parents. Go to the PB Works. There are several exercises and what examples of various teachers have been pasted over there. Go and do it, and then you take a picture. You send it to the teacher who gave you that particular work. Remember to send only marks to me for me to mark. Okay? Make a neat work. Good day. I suggest if you have nothing to say or you are nothing to ask your facilitator, then the meeting should come to an end. Well, nobody is here to have to second or so I'm also seconding myself here that the meeting should come to an end. Goodbye.